Going to vouch for you and say it was self-defense.
Pacifist. Right. Tommy keeps a gun loaded with blanks duct taped to the underside of the bar, to the left of the slop sink. The condom, she calls it. Better to have it and not need it. Strange sort of pacifism. The thing I want to tell her is that if I hit the guy, best case scenario is I hurt him enough that he sicks a lawyer on me or on the bar because he seems like the type to do that. Worst case scenario is I start hitting him and can't stop. She doesn't need that kind of weight. Neither of us do. They're gone, I tell her. No one's hurt.
You could have gotten hurt.
Doubtful. The song ends. Next up is Wasted Life by Stiff Little Fingers. Calypso has good taste in music. With the mirrors behind the bar and the mirrors running along the back of the stage, it looks like there's an army of naked women twirling around us. Tommy shakes her head.
Funny.
What's funny?
Word was you were a tough motherfucker. The guy who recommended you called you dangerous. I figured maybe a guy like that could be useful. Instead, I get a guy who lets people punch him in the face and says 20 words a night.
I take a sip of my ice water, so cold it makes my teeth hurt. Disappointed? She laughs, a sound that rumbles like it's coming from the bottom of a cave.
Maybe. I don't know. You're not what I expected.
I shrug, take another sip, feel a slight swell of warmth on the side of my face. The song ends and Calypso goes about, picking up clothes and crumpled singles while Carnage waits in the back by the door to the kitchen and dressing room, wearing her patchwork schoolgirl outfit, red mohawk spiked up into the air nearly a foot off her head, pointy like a buzzsaw. The trick is Elmer's glue, she told me once. It'll be quiet in the bar until Carnage gets on stage. This is a low-budget operation. Rather than paying a DJ, which Tommy can't do, the girl coming off the stage goes to the dusty iPod hooked into the speaker system and cues up the next few songs for the girl going up on stage. Not exactly elegant, and there's something very awkward about silence in a strip club, but it works for now.
So, when are you going to tell us more about yourself than your name, cowboy?
Tommy asks. I hold up my hands and count on my fingers. She asks,
What's that?
Think I hit my 20 words for the night. What needs getting done? She shakes her head, this time like she really is disappointed in me. She says,
Check the bathrooms and straighten up downstairs. Got more beer coming in tomorrow.
Another thing Tommy can't afford yet is a janitor. I begin to push away from the bar and Tommy leans close to me again, says,
Also, talk to Crystal before you leave tonight. She needs a hand with something. Thought it might be in your wheelhouse.
She arches an eyebrow.
Though after tonight, I'm wondering if she might be wrong.
Rather than ask for an explanation, because truly I don't care, I tip my hat at her and head off. Carnage's song starts up, some metal thing I don't know, and she proceeds to hurl herself around the stage, launching herself off the pole and catching herself on the thick gauge chains that extend from the corners of the stage into the ceiling, stopping herself just before she topples into the crowd. She winks at me as I walk past. The asshole I kindly asked to leave had been making a grab at her, which sparked our little showdown. I give her a nod and knock loudly on the door for the ladies' room. No answer, so I duck in and it's mostly clean. I'll give it a once-over when the place is locked up. The men's room destroys any hope I might get off easy. Someone missed the toilet by a wide margin, forming a puddle on the wide gray tiles in the back corner. The room smells sharply of ammonia. I head back into the restroom alcove, open the small service closet, and roll the mop and bucket in. Get to work cleaning up some drunken asshole's piss. You want to get the true measure of a town? The strip clubs are a good place to start. Back home, 6 months and a million years ago, I'd only been to one strip club, out in some industrial section of Queens. It was an anonymous building that disappeared into the night sky, the red brick painted black. There was a big line out front. The line didn't seem to move. I was there for a friend's bachelor party, and someone in our group knew the owner, so we got to skip the line. Then we got bottle service, which meant 2 bottles of middle-shelf vodka and some containers of orange juice and cranberry juice like you'd buy in a supermarket. I went and sat at the bar and ordered a whiskey, spent the rest of the night brushing off the women who were insisting on separating me from my money through the mechanism of lap dances. It was like a plague of tanned and glittery flies buzzing about, and when you thought the swarm was gone, it would loop back. The night took a bad turn when the bachelor...